First off, I'm Easton Dukevich. I spent 6 years in the Army National Guard, graduated from Ferris State University. I enjoy solo, spontaneous trips, camping, road tripping, and in my day job, I work as a construction professional. And on my nights and weekends, I am becoming a professional doer, or better known as right now, I'm doing podcasting. So, episode 4 today is effects of porn and masturbation. Obviously, this is a very controversial topic due to the fact that our social media hypes this up as it's okay. This is a hard topic to talk about. So, the effects that I've noticed from porn and masturbation growing up as a divorced child, this was the latch, the unhealthy habit that I took on during the divorce because it was something that just took you out of reality. And that's really what it does. Porn takes you out of reality. It's not a healthy substance to take in. It's mind altering. It's addictive as it's very addictive. If you do it often, it becomes you don't even realize the things that it causes half the time. So let's say this, you're watching it, you go to Planet Fitness, right? Well, those women in there that are wearing whatever that has been spread across social media, over sexualized it, all of that. And they've over sexualized men too, so but for women in general, you go to Planet Fitness. Now you're relaying what you saw on porn into reality in a public environment. And what that does is it makes you an introvert because now you're afraid to go up and talk to that girl if you're really interested in her. This is the huge problem with this generation, or not just our generation. Porn has an effect on everyone from 13 years old, maybe even younger now, which is really sad, all the way up to people in their 60s, 70s, 80s. I mean, it has a large effect on people, and this is all my own knowledge of what I know. You can take it or leave it. But something I've heard from, I think it's Dr. Andrewman. He's all over TikTok, all over social media right now. This is a topic that he talks about. But one thing he says is that when you masturbate or when you use porn, all the dopamine that comes from that release is causing you to lose the motivation factor. Or what testosterone does for a man is it creates motivation, it creates the drive, right? So it's your mojo, as they say in Austin Powers. So this, when you're constantly releasing it, you are becoming lazier instantly because your motivation, your mojo is gone. It's not gone, but it is definitely depleted. Some people, I'm sure, have a extreme problem with this, and it really messes up things. Me personally, I've seen jobs that I've had directly affected from this. My productivity level went down. It directly affects things like immediately the next day. But the whole point of talking about this is to tell you all the issues with it. Kind of maybe you'll relate to me. Maybe you'll be like, okay, wow, like I didn't realize that, but I have this habit, and yeah, I actually realize that now. So the way to combat this addiction is, and it is an addiction. I've been to a psychologist before. They go, this isn't an addiction. Um it's a compulsive disorder, is what they call. The professionals call it a compulsive disorder, and I disagree with that. I don't think they realize how mind altering and how disrupting this is in people's lives, and some people don't realize it, but it is an addiction. It There needs to be better programs than here's how to cope with it and have it in your life. That's the kind of treatment that I was trying to get completely off of this, right? I was seeking help. I've done it. Seeking for help. And I'm given this book that's for like alcoholics. It's a 12-step program for alcoholics. And I'm thinking, or whatever, it's some sort of 12-step program. I didn't even need we didn't even use the book once. So I'm paying this guy, 60 an hour or whatever it is. And we didn't even use the book. We only talked. It honestly, I thought it was a big waste of money. It didn't open my eyes to anything new. So I'm not saying don't seek for help, because sometimes shit's so bad that you need the help. So even talking to someone, if you don't have any people in your family that you can talk to this close about stuff like this, which is the case for most people, they are not comfortable talking about anything sexual with their family or with close friend, or having someone that you can talk to that you pay for can help. So definitely, I'm not saying don't do that, but for me in this situation, I did not find it helpful. I would say, coming back to how to combat this, it comes down to this. We have an addiction to our phones. I am constantly on my phone for everything, for navigation, for talking to my friends instantly, for calling, for work, for this, for that. Basically, everything, music, everything revolves around your phone. So you need to set boundaries with your phone. And just in doing that, like say while you're at work, you don't look at your phone, you leave it in your car. That can improve your day exponentially. The other part of this whole porn addiction factor is that if you are every night going home and watching Netflix and watching TV, everything's sexualized. So if you have a problem with this and you want to stop the problem, the addiction, then you need to limit yourself on the programming that is out there for a reason, to control us. But that's a whole nother topic. Also, Andrew Tate's out of jail today. Actually, he didn't even go to jail. He went and signed some papers at the jail. 45 minutes later, he was let go. So, whole nother topic. But yeah, so you need to start setting some boundaries from your phone, from TV. Write down your goals. try meditation or something, whatever works for you, on how you complete your goals, and just do it. Since I've been on this path, I have not had any time for TV. I don't watch TV. I did see Avatar 2 last week, but with the holidays, there was time. There was a few hours, right? So, set the boundaries. Drink water every day. Start eating better. Don't drink alcohol. That's a huge factor. Alcohol and weed and smoking, all of these dopamine, if you constantly are creating dopamine habits of, okay, I'm drinking and then I'm going home and then watching porn and then I'm going to bed, that is a dopamine habit. But the trigger was probably the alcohol, because your brain definitely acts on emotions more often with alcohol in your system. It's just a fact. I mean, I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor or anything, but look on Google. It's there. All I'm saying is that this is a huge problem. More people need to talk about it. I don't care what people think. I'm going to post this regardless. If it makes you think of me different, I don't care. This is for helping others. This is for creating a clean mentality in the world, because, well, not just in the world, mainly in my area in the U.S. is a big problem. But it's not that it is a problem in other countries as well. But I think that I know the U.S. and this is a problem here big time. The other part of it is that the internet is full of this stuff and there's no regulations on it at all. That's got to tell you something. I mean, it's got to tell you something. So take whatever you can get from that. I know it was a little longer than I wanted it to be, because I'm kind of rambling on and just trying to think of other factors I can throw in there, because this is totally spontaneous, but it's something that I constantly have to deal with every single day of my life. And I think other people do too, whether they want to say it or not. And lots of things coming for this podcast. So that's all I wanted to say today, but lots of things coming. I'm talking to my friend. He found he found a psychologist that is world renowned, and we're talking about getting him on the podcast in January. And then we're going to have like a episode, probably an hour and a half if we can. I don't know how long we can go. Probably an hour. Talking about divorce for the husband's side. And what a man goes through during this with our justice system. Pretty wild things are going to come out. It's going to be a very good podcast. Definitely listen to it. I hope you got something out of this one. I'm literally putting a very private part of my life right out there. But it happens to all kinds of people, so I don't feel like it's just me at all. Thank you for listening to the Clean Mentality Podcast. Please rate the podcast on Spotify, follow, put your alerts on, and whatever platform you're using, do that, please. Also, follow me on or subscribe on YouTube. Trying to grow that. It's more of a fitness-based YouTube so far, but I think I have plans to just really do more camping videos and more building different things. My truck camper build has like 5.5 thousand views, so that's pretty good. Have a good rest of your night, day, wherever you're at.